to, because today we're going straight into it. It's one of those rare days where we go straight into it. Get straight into the thick of it. Cool. Cool. I be productive today. You're golden. Okay, so it's the wrong menu. Although we haven't done section 1 of the stream today. Yeah, the roguelite's going to take a little bit to work on that DLC and stuff. I think that's going to take a bit. You got a base heater? What kind of editor is that? It's called it is called Scythe. It's very cool. Very cool. Very cool piece of software or plugin for software. Very cool. Whatever, man. Yeah. Very cool. What the hell? Except when things like this happen. Then it's not very cool. Okay. So here's how I'm picturing this. We're going to need another connection here. This will be the top of the concrete. What does it do? You can do UV mapping in it, hotspot mapping. It's a great way to kind of get started with doing some modeling and level design straight in the engine. So I don't have to do as much software switching. Although I will say there are moments where I could probably do things a lot easier in Blender. But, you know, it's all right. I'm taking game design and business classes in the fall to get my certificates and stuff. Hopefully meeting other devs and or aspiring devs along the way. Hell yeah, man. I wish I had that opportunity. Well, I could have gone to school. I just, man, I couldn't get into it. Actually, I don't even think I need these edges on this side because I don't think the player's ever going to go there. I think the players might end up back here, so we might design some stuff back here, but we can ignore that for now. For now, we can ignore that for now. Okay, so the idea here is we'll probably want to do an offset. I have no clue how we're going to do this properly. Standard UE modeling mode, not enough. Honestly, the standard modeling tools, while they're okay, they're just not very good. I don't know. I just don't think they're very good, personally. I don't find them to be very good. So we'll do an offset of 60. And that'll be the inside part of the thing. And then we'll do an offset of 150. And then the idea here is that we'll kind of create a little bit of a connection. Connecting these going to be a bit challenging. And also technically I need to extrude this up. The geometry is not going to look very good. Yeah, the standard UE modeling tools are just kind of like, they're in the right direction, but they're like not there. You know what I mean? Like they're so close to like making it feel good and actually usable, and then it's not very usable. Thing is, if I do an offset here, yeah, we're gonna do some weird stuff here. So let's see if I can maybe. This is where doing it in Blender would probably be much easier for me. Yeah, this is where I think this building I could probably do in Blender much quicker. How is UE making money when all the big AAA games flopped? Did they flop though? Did they flop, or is that your personal opinion? Ah! I don't think UE makes most of its income from royalties, to be honest. I feel like more of their income comes from other sources. 3ds Max is the best modeling program ever? I haven't used 3ds Max, so I wouldn't know. I would not know. Oh, I could just weld it, actually. That's interesting. All right. Probably fake. A lot of these balconies don't need to go all the way through. Yeah, I think I'm just thinking because there might be an angle where they see through it. So I'm just going to do this one connection here, which I should be able to do quite easily. The snapping tool, though, bro, this needs to be in base. Like, they need to make this in... in the base engine. Okay, it would appear bridge did not do anything. So we're going to have to bridge it ourselves. Yeah, I think Fortnite is still making them money. I think they also have licensing deals with other companies as well. So that's something to consider. You know, I think those licensing deals helps them a lot. My food's so warm, I burnt my tongue, now I can't taste the food. Oh no. Oh no, you didn't have any patience. You couldn't just wait? Okay, this is gonna be a bit weird, but we're gonna offset it. Now the geometry is gonna be a bit fucky, but that's okay. You guys think that porch kind of thing would be a thinner concrete piece? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Maybe. Unless we make that a fence. No, I feel like that looks more brutalist having it. I think maybe we should make it not as high up though. It's a safety concern, but it's not my safety concern. Hit him, Knight. Epic's 2026 third-party spending growth is around 400 mil. It doesn't include Fortnite or the Epic Game Store. Yeah, it must be like royalties and other stuff. Listen, man, I don't know how companies make money. Listen, if we knew how these companies made money, wouldn't we all be also making money? You know what I mean? It's got to be some trick to this fucking shit. You know what I mean? There's got to be something to it. How are these motherfuckers making money? No one knows. You shouldn't care? No, I don't really care what company's doing. Just fill me in on the secrets, though. Fill me in on these secrets, dog. Let me in on these secrets. Let me in on these secrets. Don't you just have to say our company is now AI first, and then millions of investors pump money into it? Yeah, you might be onto something. You might be onto something. Why? I saw a reference just now, or I had a reference open. Oh, here it is. Oh yeah, this building is like a lot taller. Wait, I have an idea. Wait, I have an idea. Wait, it's awesome. It's awesome. I have an awesome idea. Window. Wait, I have an idea. Wait. Hold on. Heard today that an electricity company is supplying 50K people, gave 1 year notice to a city in the US that they'll no longer supply power, and that they're supplying it to an AI factory. Is that real? Is that real? Are you sure that's real? I guess it could be. Mods, fact check that. I did read that as well. Is the world this cooked? Are we that cooked? We really do be heading in a cyberpunk age, huh? So, is there no way for me to do like a bridge edge loop system? I guess not. I gotta do it manually. In Blender, this will just be a basis of hitting the F key. Anyways, small window. Look at that! Tiny window! Woo! Tiny brutalist window, balcony. So the idea is there's apartments on the inside here. This is like an outside, you walk through and go to doors and stuff. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You catch what I'm putting down? Do you catch what I'm putting down? Okay, good. You're in. Good, you're in. You're invited to the barbecue. What the fuck? If I hold Alt, I can just keep selecting... Oh, wait, no. That's not because of Alt. If you just left-click, you can select a bunch... Oh, what the hell? What the hell? Wait a second. I'd like to delete these faces. I'd like to move this over here. That's not right. That's literally not right. That boy ain't right. So now, what if I wanted to weld these edges together? Guys. Collapse doesn't do shit. Way it worked that time. Yippee! I feel like if I'd replayed Detroit Become Human now, I'd play it quite differently. Brother, all you got to do is read literally any piece of cyberpunk literature, and then you're gonna read it very differently. You're gonna read that shit very differently. You're gonna be reading that very differently. The book is gonna look a little different. That book is gonna look very different. Let me tell you, that book gonna look real different. Yep. That book gonna look real different. Yeah. You can use your other IP and have Suit for Hire run through that balcony and kick a bad guy down the window. Give the thug, buy Suit for Hire on Steam now. And that is how you get a negative review on Steam, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. All right. Okay. Let's get the concrete up in here, okay? Hotspot, concrete. Select the whole thing. Just go hotspot. See what happens. Doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. But not the way I want it to look. These two pieces, hotspot. This piece, hotspot. That piece, hotspot. This piece, hotspot. This one. Maybe these together, hotspot. These together, hotspot. That one and that one. I don't know. Maybe together. Fuck it. This one different. This one different. Very good. Love that. This one different. This one different, I guess. Not a big fan of that. Let's make this all one big piece. Okay. Hope that made sense to someone. It will. Trust me. Don't worry. Okay, we're in. The concrete is in. I fucking hate these stretch pieces though, man. Oh my god, it looks so piss. It looks piss. Very piss. Here I go making it worse by adding more long pieces. Why is my computer going in overdrive mode? What you doing? Ryder, explain yourself. The hell's running on fucking OBS Studio? Yeah, alright. Control Shift plus H, give us the FPS counter? Oh, don't worry. We're running real good. We be running real good. We be running real good. Am I making these edits in the correct world this time? Thank you for reminding me. Someone give that man a raise. Good comms. Good comms. Why do I have to scale this shit? Why can't I scale this shit when it's rotated? What the hell? Big fan. I'm a huge fan. Hell yeah. Yes. I am making it in the right world this time. You are correct. I am. Just this time. This really does kind of feel very cyberpunk, which I think is fine because that's kind of there is a mix of that vibe in this world. Updating Windows 11, wish me luck. You made a grave mistake. You've made a grave mistake. Fall back now. What's the plan with the enemies? Are they going to be spooky? Yes. That is the plan. However, who knows if I'll be able to successfully execute upon that plan. It may very well not work out, but we'll see. You know, we'll see, right? We'll see what happens. Dude, it would be kind of cool to put like a big HVAC unit going through here. But then I worry that it might conflict with the basketball. The basketball. The ball of basket. You know what I mean? If I put this like here. Hey, listen, if you miss, you miss, right? Updating Windows 11 is like selling your soul to the devil, but the devil doesn't give you any cash up front. Oh no. Now you're probably wondering, where is this going? Well, that's a really good question that I don't have the answer for. So please don't ask that question. I beg. I forgot this thing had this much fucking detail. Holy moly. This thing's got an insane amount of detail. We need the hobo ghost from Polar Express. Excuse me, the hobo ghost? I don't remember. Oh, wait. I think I do remember that, actually. Is it the guy that tries to help the kids? I don't know if that HVAC is up to code. Listen, man, there's a lot of things in this game that are probably not up to code. Okay. Don't get too hung up on it. The old man that sits on top of the train. Dude, I gotta rewatch that movie. I feel like the last time I watched that movie was when I was a kid. Which is kind of crazy to think about. Because it's like, I feel like it had such a profound impact on me. Because holy fuck, what the hell even is that movie? Movie's all kinds of weird, fucked up. My family used to watch it every Christmas Eve. Holy moly. Because if you think about it, it's like a story about like... What is it really a story about? I don't know. It's like the kid's getting fucking kidnapped. If you think about it. The kid's getting kidnapped. Is this faster than doing Blender exports? Or is this a preference for you? Well, either way... Either way... We'd have to do some of this in Unreal anyways. Like setting up these meshes and stuff like that. Like sure, there's like a USD workflow where you can like make it, you know, do whatever, but either way, you're gonna have to kind of do it this way anyways. Oh, I really don't like how that's lined up with the camera. Move the camera up. Move the camera up. Put it up here. Yes, much better. Yes, man. Get these guys out of here. Okay, one thing I don't like. The back of the basketball hoop is almost blending in with the background. It's blending in. And I think we want something a little bit more white. I know it doesn't need to be like I know it should be a bit more dirty, but I think that just looks a bit better. Although that being said, maybe I don't want to fuck with that because that might be. Is there a specific material slot or physical material? No, there isn't. So we could just make that white. I think it should be fine. The string puppets from Polar Express would actually be a super interesting enemy. There was some ideas of a car that's like a bunch of puppets, like abandoned toys. So there's some ideas there for sure. Definitely some cool ideas. Please tell me this smoke is not direction based. Can I like make it face down? Kind of. But then it like blows. Why is my camera speed so fast? Slow down, slow down, slow it down, slow it down. I can't see anything. Cool. Let's get the sound effect here. Steam. Steam 01. Edit. Paste here. Steam 01. I think we should move the basketball hoop a little bit to the right. Do I have a rough idea when this will be playable, like a demo? Oh, I don't know. How does that Steam look from performance standpoint? Is it within the green? It's a masked material, so it's okay. I think the biggest issue is probably overdraw, but it's not a translucent material. So we don't have to deal with translucency. However, overdraw, because it's a dithered masked material. But I think it matches the world. It gives it kind of a fun, cool, interesting look. Different. Yeah, playable, demo, I don't know. I'm hoping within the next month we could do some private testing to see how the game is feeling. We're not there yet, though. I don't feel confident enough that this game is, like, in a playable state where I can figure out, like, how to pivot just yet. I feel like there's still quite a few things we need to do, especially with, like, the monsters is a big piece of the puzzle. And then, just adding more things for the players to kind of do, I think, is really important. And no, I don't mean things like more basketball hoops. I mean just more things on the train. This area looks cool. What do you guys think? Yes! Yes! Can I throw it in the... I think this is... You should get $1 per hoop made. People would be camping here, man. They'd be camping. It feels too single tone. That's my only problem with that this building right now. I have an idea. Let's get crazy with it. Let's get fucking crazy with it. What's the light map look like on this? What the hell? What the hell? It's awful. It's fucking awful. Allow players to make a bet with him. $1 for $1. Miss, lose, hit, win. Oh, shit. Sport betting. Yes, that's not gambling. It's sport predictions. Will you get the hoop in? Put the balcony in the middle. Yeah, we have... So the balcony here is basically... It's kind of a balcony. It's very, like, cyberpunk-esque balcony kind of dealio. More like a... Like an area where you can go into each apartment kind of thing. I do want to make it so if you throw the ball up here, he gets thrown back at you. I think that'd be kind of funny. We have, like, an angry guy yelling at the clouds kind of moment. Okay, but here's the idea. Here's the idea. Hear me out. We get some blue lights in here. Like super blue. Like I'm talking blue. Like actually blue. Some blue motherfuckers up in here. Oh yeah. Have you heard that if you drop a Steam controller, there's a chance it'll play the Wilhelm screen? I thought that was a nice, funny touch. Push. You're going to be the like reason why some people break their Steam controller. And then they're going to sue you. And I have no affiliation with this individual. I have no affiliation. Project does not support whole scene point light, shadows, point light. So are you saying I can't even use a static point light? Man. Whatever, I think we could probably just use a spotlight here anyways. So spotlight, static lighting. We'll make it blue. We'll make it a blue color, and then cone this not too far out. Oh yeah, that'll look pretty sweet. You ever see a building with the lights blue like this? Well, now you do. One, two, three, four, five. Sick. 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 All right. We need to go to the actual level to bake the lighting. This is how we got to bake it. So let's go build lighting quality medium, sure, build lighting only. Yahoo. 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 Yeah, I don't know when we're going to have a playable demo of this game. Whew. It's not very good. We should obviously be playtesting early. We've done a little bit of tech testing, like making sure that we can connect to a lobby and stuff like that, but we haven't done a test in a while, like a tech test. We should be doing that to make sure everything's working. Because if we look back at our Trello, we got a lot in here. A lot in the needs testing section. A lot. Bomb guy, I don't think is working in replication because apparently this is not replicated. Perhaps it's time to work on the gameplay instead of environment. I know, I just really felt like working on some environment stuff just to kind of fill it out. I think we're just going to do this last building. And then I think we're going to work a little bit on some gameplay stuff. I was thinking we do a little bit more work on the monsters. I know, crazy. I know, the monsters. Might be time. Might be time. Might be due time. Due time. Time. And then we have to also make it so the item delivery system is tied to electricity. So when the electricity goes out, the item delivery system cannot be used. It also needs to cost 1 credit. So that'll be the plan. Let me also add another task in here. Start players with 2 credits at the beginning of the run. They start out with a little bit of money. We're still 99% of the building lighting. It's stuck at 99% apparently. What's Subnautica 2 looking like? It's looking like Subnautica 2. There's water and shit. Cool. Big fan. I hate boats. I hate the water. We also got to put in, there's a bunch of items I need to actually make it like start spawning in the world. We got a bunch. Yeah, got a bunch. We have a bunch of stuff to do. I need to do like a basic main menu as well. Like a little background kind of thing. We're in. I'm in. Wait. We're not in. We're compiling shaders apparently. God. Unreal Engine. Subnautica in VR gave me serious anxiety. Wait, is Subnautica 2 playable in VR? Doesn't seem like it. I guess that's a modded thing. Is that like a modded thing that you can do? You can mod it in. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy it. I think it came out as an add-on, an official one, but not on release. Ah. So they added that in later on. Very interesting. Is Train Rot the official name at the moment? Yes, yeah. That is the name of the game. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, why did the lighting build like that? Okay, I fucking hate static lighting sometimes. The light map looks perfectly fine there, so what's wrong? Let me guess, you're not set up properly? Destination light map index 1. What? Okay, so you're telling me it did not have a light map at all to begin with. Good. Good. I wish I knew that earlier before I started baking everything. So I guess the light map thing... Okay, before we continue, let's take a look real quick at other spots. Is there any other spots where the lighting is fucked up? No, this building looks okay. Building looks okay. This building looks good. That building looks good. So this one was just... Oh, great. Okay, so we got to rebuild the lighting again. All right. All right. Well, it's fun. More time to talk. We're not currently working on VR support, but who knows what could happen in the future. Interesting. But yeah, Train Rot is the official name. I think I'm very happy with the name. It sounds like brain rot, but it's Train Rot. So it's like a fun play on words. We'll see if it's catchy at all. But yeah. Yes, 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 man. Oh, we got to do a bunch of stuff, but this is like a bunch of modeling as well, which I'm okay with. Modeling is fine. I think we just need to work more on the video game, though. There are many missing pieces of the video game. It's so weird because I have a game of like a vision in my head to a degree of how the gameplay would roll out, but at the same time I don't. I made a mod for the original Subnautica to add snap turning to VR, less nausea inducing than smooth turning. Yeah, that was a big problem for me when I had to do VR stuff. It was just any sort of like movement is so nauseating. Feels like making Subnautica 2 VR wouldn't be too hard. They probably don't want to officially support it. It's in UE5, is it not? Does UE VR work with UE5? I imagine there's a lot you'd have to do to make that shit work with UE VR, though. Yo. Although somehow some motherfuckers found out a way to make Super Hire work in UE VR, so... I don't know how they did it, but they did it. All right, now we're building lighting. Look at that. Now we got some static lighting in here. All right, let's take a look at the actual game world now. Now with our static lighting. It's very subtle, but it's there. We got a nice blue tint. We could probably brighten it up a little bit if we wanted to, but honestly, it doesn't need to be super bright. I've yet to delve into UE VR. Only recently came to UE from Unity. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't dived too much into any of that UE VR stuff. There was a few people that requested some stuff, and I kind of made like a UE VR mode for Super Hire to help with facilitating for those things, but it's definitely not like updated. That probably would be something I'd maybe do to kind of get it more up to date. All right, I think I'm good on environment work right now. We could work on one of the train cars. Like we do have some environment stuff we have to do on the train car, on the cars themselves. But I do think we should work on some gameplay stuff. See, that looks kind of cool. I think we need the doors and the entrances and some other environmental elements. I think it being concrete is not enough. I like the blue lights though. No, whatever. Cool. Cool little area. This is the last building that we have to do that's like in the nearest vicinity to the player, and then of course we have these side buildings here. And then I think that's about it in terms of visuals in this like surrounding area. Of course we have to put some materials here and whatnot, and then 5 gajillion more details, but it's coming together, which is cool. Very cool. Oh my god, swooshed. Oh my god. The fuck? Cool. Very happy. All right. Now, onto the biggest pieces of the puzzle. The video game itself. We're currently lacking in the video game department. How do we make the game more engaging? I think that's the biggest problem right now. How do we make the game more engaging? I think a big thing we could do, which I think we should do, is make it so all of the players have some sort of tablet on them that they can pull up to see where nearby tasks are. And then maybe doing a little ding sound from their that comes from their tablet. To kind of be like, hey, something happened nearby you. Might be a great way to kind of tell them, hey, you have something that you need to doing nearby you. I think that'll make the maintenance tasks a little bit more, it'll make the maintenance tasks, I think, more of an actual gameplay mechanic for players. Now, of course, we do have to lay out more maintenance tasks around. There are a lot lacking. A lot of them are just at the front of the train. So we just need to start spreading more of them throughout each of the cars. And I think that'll be a big thing. But I do think moving that screen that's in the front car and giving it to all players, not necessarily as an item, but as like a thing that they have on them at all times, honestly, might be a good idea. We take this thing and we give it to them on like a screen, on a tablet. I think that might be better. We don't necessarily have to hold the player's hand, but at least telling them where things are, I think, would be really helpful. Do it now, fast. No mistakes, comment nothing. I think a map would be very helpful. A smartwatch? I don't know if I'll do a smartwatch. They could be like a really retro fucking like device that you pull up or something. At one point we were thinking, oh, we could just make it an item, but I really think it would be an integral part of the game. Because then we can start notifying players where things are breaking, and then they can... It reduces the amount of running back and forth. Now, of course, you could have a player at the front that's telling them things through the comms. But I think it's just better to just make it an item. We could still keep it here. I think that's fine. If anything, maybe at higher difficulties, the tracker thing becomes an item. Maybe we could just make it so it has to be an item. I don't know. I think either way, we should just play around with the idea of having like a map on you at all times. Yeah. And then we need to start scattering more maintenance tasks around. Right now there's like not enough in each of the cars. This one has a toilet, this one's got some dirty windows, but I feel like it's not enough. Feel like it's not enough. Youch! Ouch! Maybe we should turn off the collision on these things. Might be a good idea. Yeah, I think that's the plan. We need to make a map. I think that would be good. Some Rot branded AR goggles that look like 80s wraparound shades. So it becomes like a heads-up display, I guess. Is that what you're saying? There's also issues with feeding the engine. I know we talked about this before, but feeding the engine doesn't feel very, very interesting. Like, feeding the furnace doesn't feel very interesting. It also sucks that, like, we have to almost feed it so many fucking items just to do anything. Where you're even feeding all of the usable items that you could use throughout the game. Now, of course, I'm okay with the players sacrificing certain items at you know, at the right point in time. This could be a... Oh, that could have been a bomb. Ow. Needs more animations and style to it. Yeah, I think... Oh my god, that fucking creeped me out. But that was just me. It sounded like it was in my right ear. Like there was some motherfucker on my right. That was spooky. Conversation alternative music? I don't know what that is. What is alternative music? How would it work for holding when you're trying to do combat or holding lights? A tablet would be a light source, so dark areas would get illuminated. It probably wouldn't be like too bright, like the tablet. Uh-huh. Repo, when they give all the items in the machine, it's so over the top. That is true. Can you cook the rats? You bet. It also feeds the quota. Get in. You're part of the quota. Okay. Something I was thinking of doing is, yeah, get out of there, man. And get in here instead. It's a sauna. Are the monsters roaming? I think we need to make the monsters roam a little bit more. Like, where are they? Is he in the back of the train still? Yeah, he's still in the back of the train. We need to make them roam around a little bit more. Even the werewolf is all the way back here. Because right now, they only do like weird little selections of where to go. And I find that they don't roam as much as they could be roaming around. Have you tried adding 100 monsters? You know, I don't know if that would help too much. I do think we should really start playing into the monster gameplay a lot more. I think maybe that is the missing piece is just keep working with the monsters. Uh-oh. Get him out of here. He needs like sound effects. He needs like disgusting with his tongue sticking out. Like something like that. I don't know. Weird creepy guy, voice acted by me. I think him shaking is not very... As much as I thought that was a funny, like a fun idea to make him look a little bit more creepy, it doesn't really do much. Why do we have a rigid body here? Oh. There we go. Oh yeah, random noise rotation. Is this being set on tick? Oh yeah, it is. It's a weird looking shark. We do have to add the actual water monster. That's going to be a completely different monster that we got to put into. Your player characters are beans. We're sausages. Or sausages. Beans/sausages. Am I doing the art direction? I suppose. We are beans. Could be fun if there was factions of monsters that fought amongst themselves. You could maybe use the tactic of leading one into a group of their enemies to get rid of them. That could be interesting. Could be interesting. However, that could lead into some... Yeah, we could see having the monsters fight amongst themselves as well. As the game got more detailed, I think the player characters look more out of place. I think I kind of want them to look a little bit out of place to some extent. Because in the monster world, they're basically like frowned upon. And if anything, I want the character to kind of stick out a little bit more. Of course, because, you know, players communicating together is pretty important element. I don't want them to look terrifying. I think the thing that we could maybe add to them is more grunge and stuff on their texture. I think that'll help quite a bit. And then of course their hands and stuff needs to kind of be changed a little bit. So they just don't have any texture. I think once we give them a little bit of texture and whatnot, that'll make them not as out of place from like an art direction standpoint. They just need a bit of grunge, a bit of dirt on them. Yeah, we just need to add a little bit of dirt to them. I think that's the biggest thing. Youch! Uh-oh. Yeah, we need to do a little bit more of the death state as well. Oh, it's considering that there's a second player. Uh-oh. Yeah-oh. What if they deflated on death? Well, there's going to be different death states. There will be different death states, like different things going on. Oh, wow. Lyric went offline. Interesting. Like, you'll get turned into a sausage and then eaten. Sometimes you'll, I don't know, be blown up into bits because of an explosion. Stuff like that. Maybe if the player's deflated, it's like a monster that like sucked out their insides or something. I don't know. Do I have plans for cosmetics? I want to put in cosmetics. I don't have any specific plans though. Like what kind of clothes? Like there'll be hats probably. Maybe some other stuff. Not too worried about that element right now though. Like even Repo put in cosmetics as a later on kind of thing. And honestly, I think we could probably just put it in later on as well. I really like the way Repo did it though. Making it so it's like little boxes and then you like randomly unlock different stuff. I think that's pretty fun. I don't know if I would copy that in quotation marks for this project, but I do think that's a cool idea, a cool way to do cosmetics. How are there already rats in here? Are we for real? Let's quickly make some item assets. We have a bunch of new meshes in here that we need to do. Let me make a quick little list. Make a quick little list. So we got the better flashlight, the fuel container, walkie-talkie, sledgehammer, screwdriver, and the rotary phone. And that's about it. That's what we got to put in the game right now. Make those start spawning. Okay. Let's make some items for them then. We'll just duplicate the coffee cup for now. Battery flashlight. I don't think having like 12 different parts for each costume is a good idea. I think it just makes it so players can customize their character however they want. I think it's cool. Obviously, it does create there's a lot to deal with, I guess. But it's cool. You have to grind for hours to complete a set. Could be as per design as well. I wouldn't do that much granularity when it comes to cosmetics for me. One, because I just don't think it makes sense for the game. And two, just be too much work, man. Be too much work. A pneumatic drill. I do need to make a, I have a task for like an item that can like instantly repair things very quickly called a power tool, but I don't know what that tool is going to look like. Like I literally don't know what that thing's supposed to look like. Maybe like a welder, like a handheld welder, I guess. I have no idea. I understand the intent, but it doesn't feel rewarding for the effort. Yeah, I haven't tried it, so I have no idea. I don't even have repo. Can I be real with you? I'm making a friendslop, and I've never even played a friendslop game. He's a fraud. I think because the screwdriver is so small, let me actually double check. Where's the pivot on this? Not in the right spot. Okay. Okay. Gonna have to fix that. Yeah, I haven't played a friendslop game. Most of my experience through friendslop games has been watching. A lot of friendslop games. So I think the weird thing with this one is that we don't want it to be carryable. Partner's getting fired? Wait, what do you mean, Scotty? Like your partner at work is getting fired? Okay, those are all the items. Now, of course, we do need to make all of their systems. We have a lot of stuff we need to do with the items. I think playing games in the same genre may kill the originality a bit. Balatro Dev said a similar thing. Yeah, I kind of just want to try to do my own thing. Yours, the pivot was in the wrong place? I think it might just be that one. Let's see. We can easily fix it. It's not like a huge concern. I think Scythe even has a thing for setting the pivot. Done. It was that easy. What about the sledgehammer? Okay. Scythe really has everything? Paid chatter? No, it does have... It really does, though. Like, no, like, for real. Okay, this one has the right pivot. This one's... Yeah, that one works. Check the fuel container. That works too. Flashlight. It's a little big, but we can work with that. Oh, the fuel container should be carryable. Non-carryable. Okay, so let's see. Now that we added 6 more items, what does our spawn pool start looking like? Do we start seeing some more variety? Some more variety. Nope. Yet again, another plunger. Oh, wait, look at that. Fuel container. Oh, the collision... The collision is not right. Uh-oh. I think these all had some slightly modified collision. Can you block the windows with shutters instead of fading the whole screen black during loading? We could do that. It's just for now, I'm just doing it as fading, just because it's easier for me to do at the moment. It's just easier for me at the moment. It's a good, like, easy way to do it for now. And then down the line, we can change that up. Walkie-talkie collision bigger than the train? I think it's because, for some reason, when you re-import things in Unreal, it no longer fixes the collision anymore. It does some things, and then some other things it does not do, so. That's gonna sound cool with like a like a watery sound. Oh, walkie-talkie. Big, huge, ginormous flashlight. Why is it the collision gets all fucky right here? There's something wrong with the audio volume. It might have been the way I made it or something. Like, there's like an inside face. I kind of want to fix that right now. It's actually, like, it's getting on my nerves. I'm actually getting real mad. There's like a face here. Or something, like right here. Five push-ups. Diabolical. Maybe Optimize fixed it? I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Anyways, 5 push-ups, huh? 5 push-ups, huh? Well, I'm still like sore from yesterday. I gotta stretch a little bit. All right. Oh. All right. All right, maybe optimizing it fixed that issue, but that was really annoying because the audio breaks in like a specific edge and it just sounds really annoying. Let's see if we fixed it. I kind of want to spawn in a laundromat so I can test it out. Please? Oh, there we go. Laundromat. We're so in. Dude, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna eat for lunch. Let's see if I fixed it. Nope, still happening. Eat another coffee? Eat. Excuse me, eat. Eat another coffee? I'm gonna assume if it happens there, it's probably gonna happen here. Yeah, I don't know, man. What is it called? Audio. It's not a part of the BPI audio system. I think this is in a different folder. I want to say it's in here. Real-time audio diffusion. Why is it okay to eat soup but not eat coffee? Because soup usually has some solids in it. I think. Yeah. Where's the timer thing? 0.2? Okay, so we'll make it so this trace only appears for 0.2. Let's see what's going on. Maybe we can, maybe it's the line trace. Maybe it's the line trace. Holy spaghetti? Yeah, I'm a big food guy. I like food. I heckin' love food. Hey, look at that. And laundromat's right here. Okay, so... I think the traces... Oh, now it's doing it from my camera. It's not far enough. So it ends up hitting nothing. Oh, we gotta redo this system a little bit. I think we just make the trace go a little bit farther. For now. That should at least fix the issue, but it might cause issues in other places. I think we got to redo some of this trace a little bit. So it's a little bit more cognizant of the space that we're in. I think that would be pretty good. Yeah. Okay. Should at least kind of solve it a little bit. What you trying to make? I don't really, we're kind of like mindlessly just doing anything right now. By we, I mean me, I mean I just added in a couple more items that were modeled. Obviously we gotta put the actual like functionality for them, but at least now we can, now they can start spawning in the world. What the? There's two of them over here, man. The rotary phone is going to be a very interesting item. This is going to be like gambling. There's a small chance, or there's a relatively large chance that you get free money if you pick up the phone when it starts ringing. Or there's a small chance a monster ends up on the phone and starts heavy breathing into the phone. And then you got to keep the phone on you. If you get too far away from the phone, the line hangs up. And if you're the one that hangs up, the monster starts coming after you. So there's a little bit of gamba involved. I don't know what the monster design is going to look like for this guy. Maybe it could be a creepy phone or something. It's a guy that looks like a phone. But yeah, I think that's going to be really interesting. I don't know how we're going to interact with it though. I think it'll be hit E. Hit E to answer the phone. Yeah. E to answer. Because you can't pick it up. So it'll have its own custom interaction. Yes, man. What the? There's another one. This should not be... We should probably start working on a rarity system for the items. Like a phone mimic? Oh, not necessarily a mimic. I guess if you hang up, maybe the phone turns into a monster. Maybe we make it so the phone turns into a monster. Oh my god. Can you imagine? Okay, wait. Okay, here, crazy idea. Okay, listen up. Listen, everyone listen up. I have a crazy idea. The phone turns into a monster that tries to suck you in. It'll like pop out of the phone and it tries to grab you and sucks you in, and the only way you can get out is if a friend comes in and picks up the phone. If he goes in and picks up the phone. That could be funny. Oh, hey, the werewolf seems to have caught himself in a very particular spot. Uh-oh. Get away from me! Ow! We have to make it so there's an issue where the only time they deal damage is when they begin an overlap. Which, as you can imagine, is not very good. Because if you just stand here, then they don't deal any more damage. So maybe we work on that today. And then you grab them inside the phone because you were the monster all along. Oh my god. So if a friend answers, then you swap with them. No. No, I think it'd be funny if you just, like, you have to pick up the phone and then you have to stay on the line with them to get you out. So it's not an insta-kill, or it's not an insta-death, but... And then you only have 3 chances to call the phone. It'll start ringing for a bit. That'd be so fucking funny. That could be the thing. Genie from a lamp or player from a phone sucked in. Yeah, yeah, dude. It's like a genie in a lamp. Buy suck pipe start. All right. I don't know why did I name it that? Buy suck pipe start. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Let me set up the flashlight, because that's an easy one to set up at the very least. It'll just be the hand crank flashlight. But I guess we'll just let's duplicate it. We'll duplicate it. BP underscore item dash battery flashlight. We need some way for players to be able to recharge their battery. Thought we were working on the monsters? We are. I'm just going to quickly whip this up. Quickly whip this up. Put this thing in. Maybe we'll make it a little bit larger cone. Maybe go a little bit farther. Let's delete the crank. There's a physics constraint on the entire mesh. That's for the crank. We don't need the looping sound, and now we just gotta fix all this stuff. Cranking, goodbye. Delete the cranking. We no longer crank. This is custom grab actor, secondary button press. Okay, we don't need this anymore. And we don't need this anymore. Okay. And now this is the equipable item. Well, interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Yes. Let's just change this really quickly. Which way's X? Okay, this way. We gotta rotate it down. Go modeling. Da 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 da. Okay, so let's rotate it real quick. Bake transform, bake rotation, do not bake scale, accept. Good stuff. So now we can go back to the item. Now it's rotated. Spotlight's in the wrong spot. That's okay. Very easy fix. And we're good. Now, I probably want to scale this down a little bit. It's a bit big. Let's scale it down a little tad. I wouldn't mind if the flashlight was a bit lower. I don't know if that's going to break anything. I don't think it's working. Durability 100. The item might be a bit fucked up. Battery, flashlight. Default durability 100. So setting the offset doesn't work because I think the offset gets set to like 0. Did I not Oh, it's very possible that I changed all of that. Oops. Oopsies. Whoopsies. Oops. Yeah, I'll have to fix that because I do like to place this in a custom spot. I don't really like how where it is on the screen. This one's okay. Although this one I think it could like be a lot lower down. Feels kind of awkward where it's at. But I can no longer change the positioning of it anymore. Because I moved all of that, unfortunately. Like, how does desired offset work? Oh, set rotation on other clients. Oh. I see. Set relative location of static mesh. Target Z. Game time in seconds. Get velocity. Man, what the hell is this doing? The hell is going on? There we go. I feel like that doesn't look too bad. Maybe not as low. But I think I prefer that over the default look. I think I probably want it a little bit more to the right. Yeah, there'd only be one payphone per trip. We probably wouldn't want that many of that phone around, yeah. We'd probably want it to be a lot more rare. So target Y, if I go ahead and plus an amount to this, like let's say 10, is that going to be correct or is it going to be affected by rotation? Well, that actually kind of works. That kind of works. Let's see what it looks like with 14. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. Maybe not as low. Yes, man. Is it always on or is it switchable? Good question. Well, you could, yeah, we could make it so you can switch it on and off. We could. Ideally, the idea would be you would just unequip it, but we could. Yep. Maybe when it's on, the monsters could recognize you more? Possibly. Definitely. Could be a little bit more noticeable. Oh, shit. Oh my god, he could nearly jump up here. Someday I'll make it so he can jump up here. And it will be glorious. Oh my. Come on. Okay. We're getting in the locker. We need to make this an actual gameplay element too. Hiding and stuff. So I think they can technically spot us through the holes. I think. Can he spot us through the holes? Did I fix that? I think it's a solid collision. He's doing tasks. The employee 233 is doing his job. Oops, ass. Okay, next thing we need to do with the monsters is make it so they can deal damage beyond just overlaps. Big problem right now is that they only deal damage when they overlap you, which is not very good. They also needed to do some additional checks. Like if you're still overlapping or whatnot. Finally working on enemies? A little bit. A little bit. Okay. We could do it. So after at the end of this delay, we could do another overlap check. Is there a capsule trace? Box overlap, sphere overlap. Okay, we could do sphere overlap. Oh, we have capsule overlap. Oh. Well, would you look at that? Well, would you look at that? So I believe there's only one that we need to overlap for, which is pawn. And then we could just do a return node. So we'll do an overlap check. Honestly, we should be... Okay, I guess we'll do it this way. If this returns anything, true. If false, do nothing. It's a very shitty system. I don't like this very much. If I'm gonna be honest, I really, really dislike this. Okay. We're just going to do it like this. I can't, yeah, this is going to have to be changed and cleaned up because this is not very good. Not very good at all. However, this will solve the problem. This also needs to technically reset the do once. Okay, we're getting we got a little bit of marinara sauce in here. It's a little, you know, it's looking a little spaghetti. That's okay. We gotta... We got a comment in here. It says, please refactor this whole thing. Okay, so a task for future me. A task for future me. Yeah. Yeah. But that should make it so now they can attack us multiple times without waiting. Okay, let's check. Let's see. You should be able to attack us once. You're never going to refactor that? No, I will. I will. Don't worry. I will. One day. I will. Okay. Turn around. You can turn around. Or just go through the door. Okay, and close it on me. That's crazy. Okay, so you should be able to do an overlap attack and then keep attacking. Okay, we did this poorly. Not only can he deal damage to us like that, but he can also overlap and then deal damage to us Narrator. He did not refactor that. Guys, I think we're going to refactor it like right now. Guys, I think we're going to refactor this right now. It's technically future you right now. That's true. It is technically future me right now. Past me fucked around, future me finding out. The problem is that he can technically deal damage to us twice. They are meant to be scary. Yeah, but not like super buggy. This could be a retriggerable delay. Would that cause them to like not attack us? Yeah, whatever, fuck it, whatever, who cares? Whatever, future me will deal with it. Dude, he fucks you up, dude. It's like you went into a bar and you accidentally like told him that you don't like pina coladas. He was like, not on my watch. I've actually never tried a pina colada. I want to, though. It's mid? Really? It's like a slushy, isn't it? Isn't it kind of like a slushy? There are better cocktails? Damn. Scotty's just wrong that it's mid. Okay, so what's a good cocktail? I like a Mai Tai better? What's a Mai Tai? What's in a Mai Tai is my better question. Apricot brandy, white rum, dark rum, orange juice. Interesting. Honestly, I think my thing is I don't know if I'm a big alcohol person. And I feel like a pina colada is not too crazy on the alcohol, right? One day I'll try more of cocktails and whatnot. As long as my body can take it. Which is to say, you know, probably not very well. Tried this cocktail? Of course. Uh-oh. Not a bomb. We're safe. That's terrifying. How did he spawn up there? How did he spawn up there, dude? That's kind of creepy. He's kind of creepy. He do be kind of creepy up there. Look at him. Look at a goofy guy. Look at a goofy guy. Huh? The werewolf also spawned up there. What the fuck is even going on with this game, man? pina colada is just pineapple and coconut? I thought a pina colada had, I want to say rum in it, no? Even this guy's over. Oh, okay, yeah, alright. Yeah, alright. The dining room's popping off. Yeah, a lot of action in here, a lot of action in here. Here, Side Buds. Coconut rum? Wait. They made rum out of coconut? How did they do that? How the hell did they do that? Don't I have a item that has like a sloshy sound? Or do I not have one? I swear I don't. In fact, I think there's only one other sound effect that has a different sound when you hit. Which is, I think, the fire extinguisher. But hey, we have 26 items in the game now. That's cool. We're starting to get some good variety. What the? How many items do you guys think would be a good amount for release? 500. Sorry, that was me dying. I feel like 500 is too much, because then you're never gonna actually like get items that you need to like progress like any of the stations, like a screwdriver or like a sponge or I guess we could technically make it so some of those become guaranteed to spawn. Maybe 50? Yeah, I was thinking like 50 to 80, somewhere around that number range. Probably pretty good. As long as they're interesting. I feel like there's got to be some items that are actually interesting. You change the variations with some colors. We could do that. I'm not too worried about that though. Maybe 67 mods. Mods, get that man some therapy. Yeah, guys, I don't know how to feel about the whole furnace thing still. Ugh. The whole feeding the furnace thing. It's gonna need some work. Also, we need to, I did see there's a way to generate nav links. How the hell does that happen? How do you generate nav links? Good refactoring, by the way. Hey, listen, the system works for now. Obviously, it has its own issues, but it works. You can't stay stuck on the monster without them dealing any damage to you. I'd say big win. It's a win in my book. This is a win. Might not be exactly as I want, but it's a win in my book. I would say that the quota rework that we did is still in the right direction. It's just not there just yet. From the system we had before is that you would have to keep feeding the engine to keep the speed of the train up, and then you had no control over how long the route was, which I felt like was kind of shit. Now we have the problem where you have to get the full quota and I don't know, we can maybe still work through that a little bit. I think there's still some room for potential here to change it a little bit more. We just have to figure out what do we do with the maintenance tasks. Yeah. Yeah. You know, Dirk? Okay, got a couple tasks we have to do here. Turn off all the maintenance tasks when docking at a station. I do kind of have to do that. That's kind of important. Yeah. Let me find where that is. Let's get that done. Let's get that task done. It's so over the top. Need something similar for the furnace. Dude, what is with this thumbnail? There's even camera shakes every time something happens here. And maybe we do need something a little like that for the furnace. Wait, does that give you health? No, he just jumped in it. We also need a map. I think adding a, I think as we discussed earlier, the map would help a lot. Watch out! Let's watch a little bit of repo gameplay. I know we shouldn't be copying games, and I don't want to look too much, but hey, if it does it right, you know it does it right, right? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Grenades? Such a... Bro just went, peek. All right. You stay right there. Just... Didn't even try to throw it at him and just fucking threw it at the ground. Yeah, we definitely need ways to deal with the monsters. I think that'll be helpful. Missing piece. Again, monsters. Youch. The cube. What was that noise? Why did he do that? Why did he do that? When does the game play that whole like jump scare thing where it like your camera like zooms in on the monster? Is that just specific monsters that it does that on? Time to use another grenade. Surely this will go well. Yeah, I wonder, when does it play that whole, like, jump scare thing? What is that spider thing? Me in the future, once I grow 2 extra limbs. Yeah, I wonder when the whole jump scare thing plays. Because I wanted to put something like that in my game where it's like your camera kind of, like, you know, flips to a monster. Now, obviously, it wouldn't happen too often. It would happen when you're, like, caught off guard. Or hopefully when you're caught off guard. There's 1 extra limb, surely? Wait, is it 5 limbs or 4? And I don't know how long he's been here, but he's been here for a while. Oh, wait, it is just 1 extra limb. God, being able to explore. That's why we need to make the areas much larger. Money. Brother. Oh, brother, please. Was he really about to hide in there? Just open it up. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, playing solo in repo is definitely not as interesting as what happens in multiplayer. It's like a completely different vibe of a game. At least the way that this person's playing it. So maybe I'm overthinking things. We just need to work on the monsters and then create tension. We gotta go. There's like 4 of them, bro. Yeah, the droning, I think music and ambience will help a lot. Brother's doing his homework. Don't yell at me. Bro, that one flipped over. The 3 kids in the back of the class. First few levels are easy since you can't have equipment. Is that why? Is that why? I think he doesn't know how to use the item. To be fair, I don't know how to use it either because I've never played the game. Yeah. I want to see... Actually, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just do it my own way. I shouldn't see how this game would do it. Doing my own little, like, jump scare effect that would happen. Like, not a jump scare as in, like, an image gets slapped on the screen. I mean, like, the camera, like, turns towards a monster that's near you. Like, zooms in briefly and then zooms out. Kind of thing. You guys know what I'm talking about? You guys get the vision? Do you see the vision? Maybe sprinting is too fast. Maybe we made the movement too fast. That's also potentially something to consider. Or no. Only problem is if I slow down the movement, it's going to be a lot slower going from one end of the train to the next. If they're full of items and stuff to do, it doesn't matter. It's true. I think we need to do less of like having to run to the front, which is really annoying. Feeding the engine, man. There's a new UE plugin called Shader Shift that could maybe also add to the visuals. It tries to give you more base level rendering options, tone map stuff, etc. I haven't tried it yet though. Interesting. Is Shader Shift by that one YouTuber that I can't remember the name of? Jump scares in Repo is there for pacing actually. The monster stopped briefly. So you know you got attacked and others have a chance to attack the monster. I see. So it's like it doesn't immediately just attack you from the back. Instead it's like gives you a moment to run away. It's interesting. I guess that would only happen if like the monster's behind you? Would the jump scare only happen if the monster is like behind you or something? Or would it only also happen if they're like suddenly in front of you? I guess that we can decide that. I'm not too worried about the visuals right now. I think if for me it's the running back and forth that I think is problematic. Now, of course, we have those things that can send the items. But I think we actually got kind of unlucky here. Because not a single car has a transfer system. Not a single one of these cars that spawned in has an item delivery system in it. Players have some kind of in-game communication like intercoms in the different cars. There will potentially be like an intercom. So if you're at the front of the car, you can interact to all the players. But there will be VoIP as well. Player starts off manually putting fuel into the engine. There's an upgrade to unlock it. Design a furnace upgrade that has an open door and looks different, creating a sense of visual progression. Maybe. I think it's just the overall act of having to run. Now, of course, I think the monsters will help a lot because then it'll give more of a sense of reward, getting out of an area with a bunch of items and surviving. So that'll help too. I think everything boils down to the monsters at the end of the day. Testing. Test 1, 2. That still works. Good to see that that microphone thing still works. No, I would definitely like to do train upgrades, for sure. I wonder if it'd be better if, like, I don't know. Having some items, equipment be broken on the start, players having to unlock / repair them to automate or reach some tasks can help with the progression. Maybe we start the run off with a bunch of maintenance tasks already broken. Like, it could just be a good benefit is like starting off the game with a few things broken rather than working our way up. Yeah, possibly. All right. Well. Yep, all right. Got some ideas then. Things that we can do. What if the teleporter can spawn on a random cart? Should we have a teleporter like by default? All right. You're going in. You're going in. I can't grab him. You're going in. You're going in. Yeah, I think we changed the way that the maintenance tasks spawn in. We have a bunch of them spawned in already, so you have a bunch of stuff that you need to repair across the train. And then we'll spawn in more. As you complete them. So then that way there's like tasks that the players have to all do. I think the rats should know when you pick up another rat and they just yell at you, put him down. We're going to do something where it's like when you pick up a specific rat, he'll have like different voice lines. We'll definitely do some little stuff like that for sure. Okay. Spawn the king rat. I was thinking of a rat monster. It was like massive rat. And then his voice lines is, I am the rat. I am the rat. Did another building? We did that one. Just to quickly whip something up. I think there's still some UV stretching that I'm not fond of. So that is something I'd like to improve, because I don't really like how much stretching there is. It's not very pretty. Yeah. Is that a carport? No, it's like a apartment building, kind of cyberpunk-ish building. A little bit more dystopian. Did this box change size? Is this a smaller box? It could be a carport. Hey, it's whatever your mind, whatever you want it to be. Get up, sound. Are you ready for the crimmage of the day? Alright, okay. Let me see. What is it? But why? Has technology gone too far? Sometimes I wonder. Have we gone too far? Have we gone too far? I think we've gone too far. All right. I'm going to head out. A little bit of a short stream. I'm a bit low energy today. We did work on some stuff, though. We clearly have a few more things to work on. I think I'm going to package a build today and see if I can get some people to help me with testing out the newest build. So then that way we can kind of start crossing out some of this needs testing section. Make sure things are kind of working, and then yeah, at least then we'll have a good beginning stage on that. All right, Friday tomorrow. See you then. It's going to be a good day. Hopefully. I got to eat something. I'm getting hungry. So see you guys then. Have a great day. Stay hydrated. Thanks for lurking, chatting, sticking around as per usual. Still lots to do, but we're slowly, you know, any progress is better than no progress, right? Right. All right. Goodbye.